Today we're working on a Gibson furnace. Gibson furnaces are maybe like 10% of our market share in our area, and I think they're manufactured by Nordyne or they're associated or something. They got the same parts. This particular customer had an issue with failure to ignite. It actually was igniting, but only one burner ignited, so that means that all the burners are bad. There's a little flame ribbon that ignites them all once the one lights. Anyway, I'm sure we're going to get someone that says, hey, you could just clean those out. We certainly could clean them. Problem with cleaning them is if there's an issue 6 months down the road, then it's on me. And then I got to replace them, so we're just going to replace them now. Some furnaces make the burn chamber real easy to access, but Gibson isn't one of them. Here we get to pretty much disassemble half a furnace to get the burn chamber out, and then eventually remove the burners. Goodman's really nice. You can just remove the manifold and yank them out. They kind of sit on these little prongs. Not the case here. Now we get the burn chamber out. We're going to disassemble the igniter here. Don't use a rattle gun on that or they'll shatter, and then you'll need to go get an igniter. The flame sensor, which is getting removed right now, this is the time to clean it. It's real easy to get to when you got it out, harder to get to when it's in. Still continuing to rip this thing apart so we can finally get to that burner rail. There we go. I'm going to talk now. One of the things I wanted to show people on this is, so when this thing ignites, it ignites from one side and goes to the other. These little funnel things here need to be clean because it burns, and then there's a strip, a flame ribbon that cuts across here and then hits
there
this
you
one
have
and then
it.
cuts across. And
I've had
them.
many a time where we clean
with
these things
knife,
and then
but they're
someone calls
still
a month later and says they're bad
still not
again.
perfect.
I'm
So
sure it's
that's why
because you
we're
can't get all the
replacing
rust out, and the rust is like cancer, and the cancer just keeps spreading even though you get some of it out. Just replace them. They're like $20 a piece.
See that?
There is no particular order of these things. You just gotta plug them in. I might look like I'm doing it intentionally or putting them in an intentional position, but that's just because daily tasks are difficult for me. So there we go. Perfect. We got them. Before you put this rail back in, make sure you look at that orifice. Well, I guess the whole manifold with the orifices. That's what I was just scrubbing on with the little toothbrush thing. And now we can mount that burner rail. Easy does it. Put everything back together. Maybe. Remember on this igniter, do not use a rattle gun. If you use a rattle gun, it'll subject the thing to enough force that then it breaks, and then it's a pain in the butt. We specifically keep those on the truck because of that. It's every once in a while you'll be an hour away from civilization and you'll break one, and you'll learn the lesson quickly. We are going to be teeing this thing up for a gas pressure test check. Anytime you're messing with the gas system, you want to check the pressure, make sure it's dialed in, particularly with LP, which is what this furnace is. So right now we're reading 12.43, but that's a little bit skewed. When you turn the gas valve on, it pushes hard at first. We'll see if it narrows down, but right now it's within range. We wanted to be at 11 to 14. So here we go. So P2 is actually pretty low, 7.23. We don't like that at all. So we're gonna see if we can kick that up. Now P1 is still at 11.51. That's the incoming. So we still got plenty there, but our gas valve is not adjusted properly. Shame, shame to whoever did it. Here we go. We're gonna try to adjust it. Here we go. We're going up. We want to be at 10. We are bottomed out. 9.69. And then the incoming pressure is 11.21. I'm gonna try to. Let's see if we can increase that a little bit. Here's the regulator from the outside. So you have your propane tank over there, and then there's an underground line that cuts over to here. Comes in through the bottom, goes through the U and into the house. So we can tweak this and hopefully get a little bit more out of it. We're gonna just shoot for a couple PSI if we can, or a couple inch water cone. We'll just go a half click. Not much of a difference with one turn. We're still at 11.39. Okay, so I turned that regulator in about as far as I could. We're at 9.69 now, which is, you know, we can see 12.69 for the incoming, 9.69 for the outgoing. So, I mean, we're about as good as we can get. I mean, realistically, the gas valve, for whatever reason, probably has some sort of restriction in it a little bit. I'll talk to them about it, but more than likely they're going to keep it where it's at. So, I mean, we're darn close. We're at, you know, we're only 0.31 below the 10. So, it's a lot better than the 7 something that we started with. And that's all she wrote.